Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I've been pretty productive this morning. Very productive. It's about 10:35, 10:40, something like that. I've already done a playlist. Of course, my Laker video. Did all my morning routine. And I've done laundry thus far. I'm doing laundry, I should say. I put it in the dryer just now, and now walking around on my morning walk. Don't really have a destination, don't really have nothing specific to do, not going anywhere. Just want to make this video. And of course I gotta get back to the unit and make some art, so I'll probably try to incorporate both of those tasks before I get the stuff out the dryer. But yeah, man, I feel pretty good. I was able to document that on my mood chart or whatever she wants to call that. My therapist has given me a chart to do to try to document when I'm most motivated to create, and that's really all day long when you consider how often I do these videos. I'm not lacking in motivation to create at all, ever, really. Sometimes I would want to make videos at 3 in the morning if I woke up and felt the need, but haven't done that since I've gotten to the Studio Lodge Hotel, especially this room here. I wouldn't do that, but you know, that's not really what I've been doing since I got over here. But you know, I can feel motivated to create at any given moment. And so yeah, I guess I had to put this one down. This is also something that's being done, a therapy session at what, 10:50 or whatever it is. But it was something that I always tell you guys about, the prayer list that I've been using, that I've been praying and adding to, praying about these people, and seeing how the Lord has put people together that have been on that list and put them in different situations to work with one another and various different things. And I've told y'all that this is how he kind of communicates with me. I'll put people on that list, and all of a sudden they don't even know each other, but they get to know each other after I put them on that list. They don't know who I am, don't know of me, don't know nobody I know, that kind of thing. But I know, and God knows, that I put them on that list. And we've seen that again now with Christina Mackey and Rick Ross. I put Rick Ross on the list. God, how long ago? It's been over 2 years since he's been on that list that I've been praying for every morning. And Christina Mackey was the very last person I put on the list. And I told you guys that too in a random video I did about 6 months ago, or however long it's been, probably not that long ago, where I'd seen a video from her. I don't remember what she was talking about, but it prompted me to put her on the prayer list. I just felt the need, and plus I got a lot of Mackeys on my family, on my dad's side. So I don't know if she's a distant cousin. It's a good chance she may actually be. So that's why I put her on the list. Her and Rick Ross just announced they are a couple now. And I'm just like, man, there you go again, God, putting people on this list together in different ways. And just different stuff. I seen Freddie Gibbs and Kanye West doing a music video together. I ain't never seen them together in any way. It was another one too, another set of people on that list that I saw yesterday. I don't remember exactly who it was, but it was another one random. I'm like, they didn't know each other, or they'd never been seen in public together until now, and I put them on the list at different times in the last 4 years. Stuff like that just keeps reoccurring. It just keeps reoccurring. And I'm telling y'all, I've been saying that the Lord's been doing this, and since I said that on this camera, I've been seeing him do this. And if you guys follow me close enough, maybe you've seen it too. This Christina Mackey thing, maybe you remember the video I told y'all I put her on the list. Maybe you remember the video I was telling y'all I put Rick Ross on the list. It's all documented here on this channel. It's all there. But you're seeing these people come together. And so that's what is really, really telling to me, because that's exactly what I think God has been doing. And that's what I told y'all a while back that I think that list is all about. When you get a list of people that you pray for, whether it be celebrities, people in your life, family members, whomever, you start seeing how God not only will bless you for praying for others, but he will also bless you to understand that can also be a language from which he uses to remind you that your faith is real. Look at that person over there that you put on the list on that October 3rd, coming together with somebody you pray for started praying for on December 7th, like that type of stuff. It's like, yo, what in the world? They don't even know each other. They never was anywhere near each other. I don't even remember them from the same places. You know, that kind of thing. It's like he's starting to put people together. But this one was one of the more interesting ones because they announced each other as a couple. And Christina Mackey always speaks about how she's single and how she doing everything independently, and like that's her whole MO. So for her to announce that she's with somebody, it's kind of funny, and for that somebody to be on the list is even funnier to me. But at the same time, I wish them the best. I wish them more than the best, given the fact that I pray for both of them. I don't know if that means the Lord gonna put them together to have a marriage or anything like that. I don't think that's necessarily anything that would be confirmed or obligated to take place, but it does speak to how the Lord continues to put these people who I pray for together in situations, and put people on these lists together in situations, and it's just continuous. It keeps happening. This ain't the 8th time this has happened. That's what I'm telling y'all. This is not even the 9th or 10th time this has happened. He's done this at least 25 times since I started praying for this list. Usually with the celebrities on that list. I don't know that I've seen that in other areas of my life, but who knows? That's the whole point. Who knows how he wants to do it? And so I just wanted to document that, because that's one of them things that's like, yo, if you watch BDF 44 enough, you know both of them people on that list. You know that. Because it ain't been that long since I put Christina Mackey on the list. I think I was in North Hollywood when I probably put her on the list. I don't even think it's been 6 months. So it's like, yeah, this is one of those situations where I just tell y'all, for those who don't believe God is real, this is how he proved himself to me. This is how he proved himself to me. And another thing that I never thought anything of, is another one of them interesting little signs. And I was able to share this with my buddy. But my friend KT, those are her initials. She's from Koreatown. That's like KT from KT. I never thought of that. But then it came to me while I was meditating. And it was one of those situations where it was presented to me in my head as, here's another thing that I did you didn't notice. Look at KT's initials and look at where she's from. Like, that's how it was presented to me in my meditative space. And like, that's not by accident. And that's not something that I want you to overlook, because this is exactly how I operate. It's what the Lord was essentially placing in my mind. This is how I do it. People on that list, people that you pray for, you look at the coincidences, look at the signs around them, look at how they move around what it is that is there for them. And I told KT, I was like, I left it on something that I wrote to her, like, this is something that the Lord told me. I'm sure you recognize this. It's not something I'm sure you overlook, but like, he told me to understand this as a sign that he exists, that he didn't do that by coincidence at all, just by simple coincidence. This is a sign for you to understand that throughout the course of your life, this is one more thing that the Lord has done for you to take seriously and understand that he's got his hands on you. No different than, the coincidence between us, where unfortunately, our loved ones are buried in the same section with the same birthday. These are things we can look at and say, see, that's a sign that God loves us. That's a sign that we're not alone in this world. That's a sign that everything could end up being okay after all, no matter how bad it looks, because remember, he showed us this right here as a breadcrumb to him, just in case we get lost or whatever the case may be. So, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a hot day. This sun is beaming today, boy. I just want to throw that out there. This sun is beaming. But that's what I wanted to say to people. Like, this is what the prayer list has done. It's not only powered me a closer relationship with God, but he's sort of been able to communicate with me through this list, as I've often told you guys. And even though the people on this list may not know one another, they end up crossing paths. They end up doing business with one another, or what have you. I think it was another one. I think it was Joe Budden and somebody else on that list was beefing last week. And I think that's what it was. There was one person and another person that was beefing. I don't remember. I know it was Joe Budden. I don't remember who it was he was beefing with. But he had gotten into it or a little tit for tat with somebody else that was on that list. I'm like, man, whatever they think they're about to do, they don't realize that they're both in the same prayer list with somebody random in Los Angeles. They have no idea. But whatever they think it's about to be, it ain't gonna be that. I just tell you right now, it ain't gonna be that. And like, these are the type of things I understand just by the way the Lord moves in my life. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of stuff that's going on, you see certain people doing certain things. Like, you don't know who's praying for them. You don't know what the Lord is trying to do with them. Even if they're on the wrong side of things, the Lord put it in my heart to understand. First of all, before you think of anyone else, you remember your own good and bad and your own self. You remember how dark you've been and what your demons are. Think of that before you think of anyone else in regards to human beings and what it is they're guilty of, or what it is I'm capable of doing through them. Because you know how dark you get. So the fact that they may be dark or may be walking in darkness or may not necessarily know me does not mean that at the finish line they won't. Or that at the finish line I won't have something done by way of what they are and who they are that ultimately works my will. You don't know how I'm gonna move through people, so don't stop praying for somebody just because you don't think they're good people. That's what he was telling me. Like, never lose sight of that demon in you that I've overlooked or have helped you through so that you can be a vessel from which I use. That way, as you look at that as a true north understanding for the goodness and bad in others, you'll never look at somebody and say God is unwilling to use them, or God is unwilling to do something for them, or God is unwilling to speak through them despite their issues or what have you. He's always willing. He's always willing. And the reason why he's willing is because he can't take from the enemy what the enemy wants to take from him. You know, and that's souls. So never lose sight of that. So even though I've thought Joe Budden has been walking in the wrong ways in certain times, or maybe I've seen something from Rick Ross that spoke to him not necessarily having the right spirit at certain times, or maybe I've seen something from Christina Mackey that rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe I've seen Kanye West put on some type of shirt that maybe spoke to something that I couldn't get with. Regardless of what, you remember that the Lord knows your demon first. Before you assess anybody else, remember what the Lord has forgiven you. Remember what he overlooked within you. That's what helps you understand. And he's willing to overlook other people's too. Especially if they're willing to walk with him, especially if they say in a prayer to ask for help with those things, he will help them. He may be willing. And with that comes redemption for not only yourself, but others. And by way of who you're praying for and what you're praying for, you may be able to help them some way through that demon, no different than maybe somebody you don't know who's praying for you to help you through yours, helped you through yours. And here I am in your life, working through you, speaking to you, putting goodness in you. And you remember your darkest days when you didn't want me around, when you didn't have no interest in me, when you was doing things with the enemy and affecting people the wrong way. And remember that you paid for those things too. If you have, and some people haven't paid, but remember me telling you that I paid for some of those things and that you will have to pay for what you've done too. Don't mean God don't love you. It just means that what goes around does indeed come back around. So make your next move a good move, man. Make it a good move, if not your best one. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say, man. Get back in the house. The wind is starting to blow a little bit. That sun was beaming down that street, but maybe it'll offset with some wind. I don't know, but I'm just not interested in another heat wave, man. Not at all. But, get back over here, do some art. Take pictures of that art, put it on the playlist, get everything done that I need to do. And then from there, do the finishing up touches on the laundry. Maybe I'll do my hundreds today, my workout that I often do. That I've been taking days off because of my elbow. I don't know that it's 100% right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, don't feel like it is. It does not feel like it's 100%. And I think for me, specifically when it comes to this elbow, I think I spend the majority of my time with my elbow bent. I think that's probably part of the problem. And most of the time, my elbow is either slightly bent when I sleep, I often sleep with it bent, curled up like that. So when it has to work out, there may be some ligaments that need to work a little harder than what I'm willing to make them work. That kind of thing to make my arm a little more normal. The left arm doesn't have that problem, and it doesn't spend as much time bent. And so it's just little things I'm trying to make some sense of as I continue to have these issues. But you know, when you're trying to get strong, what you cannot do is let something that's injured continue to be injured. You got to let it heal and take the setbacks on whatever it is you're doing on the chin. Maybe make up for it by eating a little better. Make up for it by stretching a little more. Maybe make it up for it by doing a different workout while you're waiting for something to heal. But you know, you do gotta let it heal. You do gotta let it rejuvenate so it can get back to what it is you needed to do. And given the fact this has been a rather uncomfortable injury, I've had to set it out. But I think part of why it got so bad is because of the inconsistency. If I would have been staying steady with my workouts 5 days a week the whole time, probably would have never let it get as weak as it's gotten, because I didn't always have this problem, even though my elbow was bent or what have you. Some of the curls that I used to do at Lennox, I ain't been able to do none of them. So I think that probably has part of the problem. I lost some of that definition that would otherwise make it strong enough to do all what it is I was doing. So it's a lot of different things that I think contributed to why my elbow has been acting up all week. But all in all, I'm not sure if today's the day I get back to it, or maybe giving it another day of rest. But nevertheless, I'm motivated, and I think that's the most important thing. I want to encourage all of y'all to be motivated as well. Take care of yourself to the best of your ability. Set your goals, your fitness goals, like Christina Mackey be doing. You know, set your fitness goals to take care of yourself, man. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Hopefully Rick Ross will continue on his fitness goals as he continues to be with a fitness guru, because that's exactly what Lil Mama's trying to turn herself into. So I have to imagine that's gonna rub off on Rick. But yeah, man, let's live long. That's what I'm telling everybody, man. Live long, pray hard, believe when you do. I saw something this morning that said, once I pray about something, I don't worry about it. That's a weakness of mine. I often had that issue in the past, but I'm learning how not to be like that. You know, you learn how to more or less care to let things go, especially once you've trusted that God got it. If he say he's gonna take care of it, then what else is there to worry about? If you trust him or you don't, you know, that's what it really comes down to. So that's what I'm sharing with all of y'all, man. Last time I tried going through this gate, as I was making a video about the Lakers, and asked me not to do that again, or rather scolded me like I was a damn child, for which I didn't appreciate. But I know how to follow rules. I'm a bit more mature than I used to be, so I'll walk around even though the gate's open. But I'm telling y'all, I don't appreciate that, how she spoke to me. I really don't, and it's one more reason why I want to get the hell up out of here, because I don't think the energy's all that good toward me. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think it's all that good toward me. But you know, I don't again, one more thing that you just don't allow to ruin your energy. You can let other people's energy ruin your energy, and then from there it pull you away from what God wants to do with you. And you just can't let it happen, man. Enemy's gonna try to use anything he can to attack me. It was my homegirl Kay and her absence and what she had going on, and my inability to answer questions in regards to why that was attacking me. When I got over that, started doing other things. I had a situation 2 nights ago while I was asleep. This was really poignant. I want to say this before I go inside. I was asleep, but a little half sleep. I don't think I was fully asleep, but had a situation where I was more or less I want to say I was in Gaza, honestly. And the situation was, we were investigating something that Israel army had done. And we were looking at it. It was like 4 or 5 of us kind of investigating whatever this was. And then we came to the conclusion it was the Israeli army that had done it. But then it was like in unison, we all said, Hamas, as if we had ignored the evidence and went with the propaganda machine that's in real life. And as that happened, my right foot kicked my left foot in such a way that hurt really bad. It kicked the left side, the left big toe in such a way that bent my leg back. As the word Hamas came into my head, I was like, yo, that is an absolute demonic attack. And I was like thanking God that I didn't break my foot, because my right leg had kicked so hard as the word Hamas was being said that it could have fractured that foot entirely. And I woke up, I'm like, yo. And I felt as if I was able to keep it from happening to a degree, but I still felt that sharp pain in my foot that woke me up. I'm like, yo, first of all, what we were looking at was not Hamas, it was Israel and their army that had done that. Regardless of what it was, in my dream, that's what it was. We come to the conclusion that's what it was, and then some type of demonic force overcame all of us and made us in unison say Hamas. And I'm just like, yo, that's a metaphor for everything that's going on right now, as they try to will us into believing that Hamas did something where they really didn't. It just signified to me that it's demonic, signified to me that I'm on the right track in regards to speaking against it, and it signified to me overall that what we already know, Hamas, as it pertains to that, is something that they're lying about. And even though the evidence will tell you that it's not Hamas, they still want you to overall in unison agree that it's Hamas, while simultaneously hurting you and them. So that's what I took from it. That's exactly what I took from it. A lot of the people who say they're Israeli officials, they're being proven to be of Ukrainian descent, Polish descent. They've changed their names and all different types of stuff. A lot of the officials, as we said, it's not who they are. And now it's being proven. We're starting to unearth, so to speak, who these people actually are and who their families really are. They're Europeans pretending to be Middle Eastern, just like we said. BDF 44, I thank you all for watching.